With 3 full-time video hosts and 2 channels, we quickly outgrew our current studio. Truck and Jeep were growing like crazy, Mustang's as big as ever. It was time for a new facility. So today we're going to give you a tour of our new CJ Pony Parts video campus. It still amazes me how far the CJ video department has come in only the last 6 years. And we started out by doing this. We had Bob, our 2005 project car. We took some videos of the car at the track, posted them up, and people actually really responded well to it. At that point, we decided it was time for a new project car and also a whole new approach to how we're going to do videos. We picked up 2 2013 Gotta Have It Green GTs, Gotta Have It Race and Gotta Have It Street. And not only did we film the cars at the track and the street and road, we actually filmed the installations using a very cheap camera and a couple lights. And those videos really took off. So about that point, we decided it was time to really step up our game and hire a professional to come on the team and take us to the next level. Carrier, you want to grab the shims. We're going to get them at horsepower gold and heavy through the race muffler. But with this car, the stock clip should look perfect. Got our B&M transmission.
Hi, I'm Rick from CJ Pony Parts and GottaHaveItBuilds.com. Today we're going to talk about coil covers. Now we need to get under the passenger side kick panel and remove the fuse for the airbag. Their instructions are very in-depth, 52 steps.
While it looks quite different now, this is actually the first place we shot instructional installation videos here at CJ's. Rick, who is currently our director of purchasing, would stand here and basically talk about the parts, and then I would install them. This has actually changed uses over the years and is now part of our sales office. Hi, this is Bill from CJ Pony Parts. Today we're going to be installing an igniter electronic ignition conversion from Photojournalist. On a lot of your late model Mustangs, the cover itself is actually going to tell you what gear ratio is in it. Put the supercharger in place. Now, when I came on board as a full-time video host and Laman joined the team as well, we needed a much better place to shoot than our old sales office. So where do we set up? Right here in the corner of our warehouse. This is our original studio back here. We basically just covered 2 walls. This is a full functioning warehouse. We had people pulling parts, people shipping parts. There were forklifts in the background. We did everything we could to keep the noise down while we shot over here in the corner. Now, after a few years, as our channel grew and our subscribers grew, we moved right next door to our old shop. Making the EcoBoost Mustang sound good is definitely a hot topic. If your speedometer cable's bad, it's a part you probably want to replace sooner than later, so we can cut everything, put our new balance on. Now, this is a studio most of you are probably familiar with, as we shot thousands of installation and parts videos right here in this studio. Now, we've always welcomed our customers to visit us here at CJ's, and they're always amazed at how small this studio actually is. Now, it looks big on camera, but in reality, it's not that big of a space. As a matter of fact, to get cars on the lift here, we actually have to drive them in through a door that's over here on the side that you really never get to see on camera. When we pull these cars in, we have to actually do a 3-point turn many times to get the car on the lift, and the trucks are even harder. These are both issues we won't have at our new studio. Now, once we moved into the old shop and our video studio got larger, our lighting was more professional and our videos really started to take off, and we saw a lot of growth in the category, so much so we decided we had to add an extra person. We were looking at some other markets. Focus and Fiesta were taking off, and just by a happenstance conversation on Facebook, I was introduced to Freddie, who ended up coming on board and is now our truck host on our off-road channel.
Hey, Freddie with CJ Off-Road. Every truck owner wants their truck to look, perform, and sound great. And
for about the next year and a half, everything was going great. Freddie was handling some Focus and Fiesta stuff and focusing his efforts on our truck market. I was handling the Mustang stuff. We had 2 studios at the time. Things were going really well. As the company grew, we started looking to other brands to get into. And one thing we always looked at was the Jeep market. You know, Jeep is huge, possibly even bigger than the Mustang market. We really decided we wanted to push into Jeep, but the problem is we really didn't have a Jeep guy to be an enthusiast to be on camera. Well, one quick trip to our purchasing office and we met Matt, who is currently working in purchasing, adding Jeep products. He asked to try his hand on camera. He was a natural.
Well, this is a really awesome piece to have.
And is now our Jeep guy. Once we brought Matt on board, now we had 3 hosts and 2 studios. We made do as long as we could, but we definitely needed some more space. We started looking for options. Thankfully, we found a property not far from CJ's that was absolutely perfect. Now, if you follow our off-road channel, you might have noticed some of the mud videos we do and some of the other off-road videos. Well, they were all shot at our new property. We have mud bogs, creeks, trails, 22 acres of awesome stuff for the off-road guys, and best of all, 3 new huge studios with plenty of space to work. Now that we each had our own studio to shoot in, we wanted to make sure the studios had their own identity, make them completely different from each other so you can really tell where the videos are coming from. So for the Mustang studio, we went with the brick look again, but a nice custom look, a very vintage look with some red, black, and white bricks. We still have our old school gas pump in here. That's a very cool look for the vintage Mustang, but yet modern enough for the new stuff as well. The truck studio, we went completely different here. We went with a very wood theme. We have a nice 4-post lift in there. Again, it's a huge studio, plenty of room to work. Really came out with a nice custom touch. Now the Jeep studio, we weren't sure which direction we wanted to go with. We decided to kind of combine both. We went again with a wood theme, some really cool CJ logos on the walls. I mean, overall, all three studios we think turned out absolutely amazing. Our graphics department totally killed it with the design, and these are amazing places to work and grow the channel going forward. Our video department has seen an amazing amount of growth over the last couple years. Now we've got more hosts and a lot more space to work. We're going to keep bringing you guys those high quality detailed installation videos that we know you love. If you're a fan of the Mustang and Focus, make sure you subscribe and check out CJ Pony Parts. And if you're a fan of off-road stuff like trucks and Jeeps, check out CJ Off-Road. Make sure you subscribe. We're in Horsham, Pennsylvania, about 20 minutes north of Philadelphia, and today we're here to visit AWE. Now, to a lot of viewers, AWE might be a company you're not that familiar with, but let me tell you, they've been huge in the German market for a long time, and about a year ago, they approached us by making an exhaust system for the Focus ST and the RS. Now, their track and touring systems have been hugely popular, and honestly, who doesn't love a company that includes a blow pop with every purchase? Today, we're going to take a look inside and show you behind the scenes at AWE.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Jesse Kramer. I am Vice President of Marketing at AWE. For those of you who are not familiar with AWE, we are the manufacturers of premium high-performance exhausts, carbon fiber intakes, and intercoolers, all right out of this facility that we're in right now. We've been around for about 27 years, the first 25 of which we were very well known and are very well known in the European vehicle space. Well, about 2 years ago, we jumped into the domestic vehicle space. We absolutely are loving working with the Ford Focus ST and CJ Pony Parts to get those products out to you all in the market. And very soon, we're going to be going into an exciting new line of off-road components as well. So sit back, let's take you on a tour of where the magic happens at AWE World Headquarters.
As far as what's in store for next year, I just won't get ahead of myself. I'm very happy that we've had 3 so far. Would I love a build for next year? Sure, we'd love to do something else for Ford. We'll have to see what's out there next year and put in some more renderings like we have in the past. The concept with this car was actually funny. We sort of started, we built the Power Wheels last year as kind of a fun little Christmas thing that we gave away to the Ronald McDonald Foundation. And the colors on this car actually very closely mimic what we built for that car. We wanted something that was a drift-inspired design. I mean, drifting is huge right now. There's a lot more Mustangs doing it. So we wanted a car that kind of had that style, you know, wide wheels, an aggressive look. And we made it functional. I mean, it actually has a handbrake on it, and it is perfectly capable of being taken out and run at a drift event, which you do plan on doing in the future with the car.
I think this year the paint is by far my favorite out of the SEMA cars that we've done. Just to have that ghosted American flag in it. Once we kind of nailed down the bronze color with this, it really came out well. My role with the SEMA car this year was to start with the rendering, get it approved by Ford, and then after it was approved, then we went to actually developing the car and working with vendors and trying to get the best pieces for the car.
I just love building unique cars. I've always had an interest in building specially designed cars and things to show off what the vehicle can do and show off our work and design.
This year was a little different. The stress is kind of at the same level as it's always been, maybe a little less because I kind of knew every aspect of the build this year, knew what I was getting into.
Bill had a big role of getting all the parts, figuring out where the parts are, and the struggles of, oh, we don't have this part yet, we're getting this part. And for me, just to, when Bill was out there, I had to install the part, figure out the situation if we had one, and just adapt through it, get it done.
But it really doesn't change. I mean, there's always time deadlines, there's always that last minute crunch. I'm going on about 4 hours of sleep right now because we were here late last night making sure the car was 100% ready to go for today.
I think at first you're going to notice the colors together. After that, definitely the hood. It's a unique touch with the cutout, and you can actually see the supercharger in it.
We talked to Ford Performance, and they really wanted to push the supercharger kit for the 2018 through 2019. And we know at SEMA the hoods are down, but we wanted to make sure that people could see the supercharger. So the best thing to do was to basically open up the hood, cut a hole in it, put some plexiglass in there, and make the blower visible. You know, it's something Chevy did with the ZR1, and I gotta give credit to VMP. They did it a couple years ago with their SEMA build, and it just worked out great. I mean, the blower is front and center with the hood down. You can see it clear as day, and I think the hood just turned out amazing. It's probably one of my favorite design features of the car. But as far as the Ford builds, I mean, they've all been fun. They've all been great cars. This one I would say is my favorite. I mean, just like the other cars we build, it's functional. We're gonna take it, we're gonna drift it, we're gonna drive the wheels off the thing. We're actually gonna drive it home from Vegas once the show's over. But I love the car. I love the style of it. 700 horsepower thanks to that blower is a hell of a lot of fun, and it's got the brakes and everything else performance-wise to back it up. And the one thing with this SEMA build, like other ones, I mean, obviously Ford for trusting us to once again build a car for them and build something, like I said, that hopefully they're proud of, and I know that we're damn proud of this car. And then our vendors that helped out. I mean, we have a lot of vendors that helped on this car, some of which we don't even carry their parts yet, but they knew what we were doing, they knew who we are, and they were happy to get on board with this build, and said, I'm absolutely thrilled with how it turned out.